Our speaker tonight is Tina Tricoche. Tina has obtained her Bachelor's of Arts in Criminal Justice and has completed graduate level coursework in psychology with a subspecialization in epigenetics. Professionally, she has worked for the Oklahoma Department of Corrections, voluntarily serving in a capacity as American Red Cross First Aid and Safety Instructor, Agency Recognition Committee Divisional Representative, Divisional Wellness Facilitator, and member of Affirmative Action Committee. She has also served as an injury law paralegal practitioner, as well as through other areas of law. Spiritually, she has served as an intuitive healer through a practice she identifies as quantum healing, as well as the practice of intuitive reading and automatic writing. She is proponent for the law of attraction teachings, as well as theosophical thought. Her topic tonight is titled, Clarifying and Purifying Your Vision. Let's warmly welcome Tina Tricoche to the platform. That's Tina, not Trina. Sorry.
Tina. But Howard, you did a fantastic job on that last name. I'm very pleased. I wanted to first say I love each and every one of you, and I thank you for sharing your love with me today, as the love is just infusing this house today. I'm going to be giving a workshop this Saturday on the art of deliberate creation. So the lesson today is going to tie into that, and I encourage everyone to attend that if at all possible. It will impact your life, I promise you. Okay. Now, I want to start off by talking about the basics of law of attraction. Law of attraction is divided into art of allowing and the art of creating. Okay. Now, a lot of people right now are focusing on the art of allowing aspect, and they're not quite understanding that allowing and tolerating are two totally different things. So they think if someone is mistreating them, for example, if I just smile, if I just allow them to mistreat me and I'm just patient and I just allow them to do that, then the problem will just go away. Meanwhile, within themselves, they're thinking, I'm being mistreated, I'm being mistreated, I'm being mistreated. And they're noticing the problem. So even though on the outside they think they're allowing, what they're actually doing is tolerating. And in doing so, you are now a co-creator in that problematic situation, okay? And when you are noticing it, you're actually attracting it back to you in one way, measure, form, or in some time, okay? Because the universe is always responding to our vibration. It responds to our thought vibration, and it responds to our emotional vibration. And thoughts lead to emotional responses, okay? And it's not really necessarily recognizing I want this or don't want this. It's kind of like the piano playing. It's got all these different keys and all these different notes, and it's just responding to the note you're playing. So if you're all the way up here in the higher keys most of the time, those are the manifestations you're going to draw to you. If you're always in the lower keys all the time, vibrating that, those are the manifestations you're going to draw to you. Probably the average person is all over that keyboard, and you're getting quite a diverse experiences of both good and bad. But as you learn to master the art of creation, you will learn that when the contrast comes, you recognize it's there to serve you. And when you understand that, your emotional and thought response to it will change, and your vibrational response will change. And so you will get back much more of the positive experiences, and you will experience less of the contrast, less intensity in the contrast, and you will be able to move up the scale much more quickly as you master that. Okay, so the art of allowing is not tolerating. The art of allowing is when something is happening that is not favorable, and you are not in a state of self-alignment, because it doesn't feel good. If you're being disrespected, that doesn't feel good. So you're not in a state of harmony, and you're not in a state of alignment when someone's doing that, okay? But if you're in a state of allowing, the true art of allowing, then you will pivot your thoughts back into this place of knowing what I want. I know that every time I ask God or Source, He always says yes. He always says yes. He'll always agree with me. And if I understand this, I'm going to pivot my thoughts and my feelings back to that place of knowing. And I'm not going to be noticing the wrong. I'm going to be noticing the right. I'm going to be noticing what I want. Even if I have to pretend, I will pretend in order to send out the right vibration. And the more you pivot, that state of allowing is when the manifestations will come in. Now, a lot of people, they're manifesting from the state of the subconscious, and they're sending a bunch of requests out. And a lot of times the answers come into the future generation because the resistance is no longer present. We keep saying, I want this, but I can't have it because, and I want this, but I can't have it because you're looking at the manifestation, the evidence against it. And so in doing so, you're just inviting more of that. So if you can remember that manifestations are coming off the heels of your thought, and Source always agrees with you and is always responding to your vibration, then you want to look at, what am I asking God or Source to agree with me on? Okay. Thought always leads to manifestation. Deliberate thought, therefore, leads to deliberate manifestation creation. Okay, so that's the other part, the art of creation, which is what we're going to be focusing on this Saturday. Telling the story you want to tell. Because Source is always going to agree with you, and they're always going to provide evidence in support of what it is you're asking if you don't provide a resistant vibration canceling out your assignment. If you're not noticing the opposite of what you want and telling Source, I want this, but I can't have it because Source or God is going to say, I agree with you. He's always going to say, I agree with you. So tell the story you want to tell, change your thoughts to what it is you actually want to see, and keep practicing the pivoting when the contrast appears. And then you will draw, instead of it going to a future generation or many years later, you will be able to draw the manifestation to you. And one of the techniques I use to help me with doing those pivoting techniques and drawing to me the manifestations that I want is through journaling, through writing. And I do it in a way that is very dimensional. So it's me talking to me, it's me talking to the upper channels, it's the upper channels talking to me, and it's the upper channels discussing what's going on up there, their conversation with themselves, and just giving insight. And the more you write it, and the more if something happens that's in contradiction to that, then we can go back and look at the journal or whatever technique that you're employing or your affirmations. You're then therefore pivoting your vibrational state, and you're therefore going to get that manifestation in. I have to tell you, I've become quite a tremendous master at manifestation, not because of the wealth I've done, but because I've been on this faith-based path where they wanted me to have these manifestations happen outside of the realm of cash. So they wanted me to manifest the state of wealth, the state of mind, the state of feeling wealth outside of the realm of having cash. And so I've done that, and I've broken barriers, and I've always been kept safe because I believed I'm safe. So no matter what has happened, I've always gone back to that state of mind, that state of vibration, that I'm safe. And so the evidence has always ended up lining up to that. So now that we're in the age of Aquarius, they're now allowing us to enter into more of our own power and more of understanding how to expand the self and expand into the unlimited potential that is in each and every one of us, because we're all connected to God. We're all connected to Source. We're all connected to that force that created creation, and we are now driving creation. And so we no longer have to do it all from the subconscious. We can do it knowing that the God power is within us, and we can do it creatively, and we can do it joyfully. We just have to recognize, when am I vibrating and when am I asking Source to agree with me on? And am I returning back to the state of knowing, the state of self-love, the state of self-alignment, the state of divine trust, and allowing and not tolerating? Okay. So this Saturday, we're going to spend about 3 hours. We're going to have a united voice. It's not just about you. It's going to be the voice of the collective consciousness. So it's going to give you an opportunity to get outside of yourself. There's a lot of people that have their psychic centers developed within this church, and also the spirit of the church. So I'm expecting really phenomenal responses from the upper channels through our writing. Okay, so everyone's going to have an opportunity to express one of the seats, whether it's me to me or me to them or them to us or them talking about up there. And the journal will be passed, and when it gets back to you, you will have the voice of the collective consciousness and the opportunity to drive creation, tell the story you want to create in order to get a response back from the cosmos to manifest that. And I want to assure you that that's exactly what's going to happen. What we're asking the cosmos for in that day, we are going to manifest. So we want to come with some big expectations. We want to come with expecting big things for our community that we live in, not just for ourselves, but also for ourselves, to empower us emotionally, financially, spiritually, socially, professionally. Okay? So you're all encouraged to come with an open mind. We're going to just allow the flow of spirit to just flow through us and flow onto the pages. And you'll look back maybe a year from now and you'll be amazed at just how much power came out of that art of deliberate creation that we're going to be doing. So I want to thank you all for giving the opportunity to share that with you today. God bless you all.